R&B Money.
What's the first one that's like, okay, this is my hit record?
So the first one, let me think. I think, oh my gosh, and you have to forgive me because I feel like timelines they crisscross, but I think it would have been the Timbaland's, mix-wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Timbaland's Way I Are. It's a record called The Way I Are.
Of course, I know exactly what record
Yeah.
you mean. You looking at me like I don't know what the fuck is going on.
You talking about the Smash?
No, you kidding me?
Yeah.
You mixed that?
I mixed that, yeah.
I didn't know you mixed that.
I mixed that record. And I'll tell you the story behind that. So we had been working on that album for some time in Miami, in Virginia Beach, at Timbaland Studio. And I remember coming on a trip and walking in, and he played the instrumental to that record. And mind you, back then, I was very big into EDM dance music. Like, people hadn't caught on to it. Like, it wasn't there yet.
Oh,
like,
me too.
Okay.
I was into it too.
Oh yeah, so I was going to Ibiza like back in 2003 when people weren't even knowing about this stuff.
Okay.
Like I was I was hitting these clubs up.
Yeah, another level.
I one-upped you.
Yeah.
She was in Miami already.
Look,
though, you know what I
well,
mean?
listen,
Like,
I don't even know how I did this, how I told Trevor that I was going away, but I ended up going to go watch some of my favorite DJs in Ibiza.
Shit.
Yep. And so I would sometimes leave these sessions with Tim at like 7 in the morning and go straight to club space. And just party on the rooftop.
Yeah.
Just so I can get like I loved it, right? And so for me, I remember bringing Carrie there. I remember bringing Danger there one time, which I'll tell you, like I introduced, when Future Sex Love Sound for Danger, his inspiration came from his experience.
In space.
At Club Space.
Yeah. Him seeing what it did, like what it does to people, like the music. But that's for his story to tell.
Danger, we're waiting on you.
Yeah, I mean, show up, man. Like, you know, you got to get off the planes. He's always on a plane these days. But where am I at on this story?
So you were talking about the way I are.
The first mix, the way I are.
So yeah, I listened to he plays the instrumental, then he plays the song, and I'm like,
is the synth in there when he plays?
Yeah, the thing is basically done. I want to say because Carrie was on it, but Candace wrote it.
Candace Nelson?
Candace Nelson. And so I'm just like,
one of my favorite people.
Yeah, she's incredible. And so I'm like, yo, Tim, I need to mix this. And he's laughing like, you know, he just chuckles at me. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This record is incredible. Like, I don't know what you did here, what mishmash, mashup of but this is insane. Because it was like dance, but like kind of hip hop. Like, you know, it just had this whole, and so I'm like, look, if you don't give me any other song to mix, like don't give me anything, but give me this one. Time went by, and I just remember like, yo, is he going to give it to music? And so when it came time to mix the album, I did half of the album with demo, and I said, yo, I got to do The Way I Are. He's like, all right, fine, like I'll let you do it, Tim. So I ended up mixing it out in LA at Pacifique Studios out in I think Burbank. I think Pacifique is in Burbank.
Yeah, Burbank.
And at this point, like I did a couple mixes for Tim already, and when Tim comes to mix, those that have mixed with Tim will understand this, but when Tim, you can have a gorgeous mix on the board, that man come in, he'll just throw all your faders up. Like he just want that thing. Like I don't even know like what the science is, but he wants it to bang. And it's just not that it's not banging. It's a balanced mix, but he wants these drums to be a certain way.
Bang for him.
Yeah, for him.
He needs to be right below the clip. He wants the clip.
So
put him on the bigs.
Mixing for Tim it can be very challenging, but it's his process. He doesn't come and mess it up. It's just a process that when he does that, it's your job as a mixing engineer to interpret that and be like, all right, I know that's not going to be the final, because you can't print a mix when everything's at +6. You know what I mean? You got to find the balance in his vision. But with The Way I Are, I remember I mixed it at Pacifique. I did my thing. The beginning of the song, I went back to like I was in Ibiza. The song gave me Ibiza vibes. That's what it was. So the beginning of the song, you hear this like swirly thing come in. It's like, it's like weird. It's like this, the beginning, the very first sound that you hear, like, it's like this thing, and then you hear a voice that comes in and says, state of emergency. I had heard that, and I'm like, yo, I need someone to do that. I had tried to do it on the mic, but my voice wasn't deep enough, and I tried to pitch myself down, and it just didn't sound right. So I had called Demo to the studio, like, man, I need you to come in and do this thing. So I ended up taking this one sound in the song, and I pitched it, stretched it, reversed it, like added some crazy stuff on it. To me, that was the airplane flying over the island. You ever been to Ibiza eventually? Did you end up going? So do you remember on the island of Ibiza, what it is when the airplanes come in, they land very low to the island, and the island, they just start blowing up in the excitement because more people are coming to party. Okay. So it becomes like, it's just like, it's an energy thing. So I wanted it to feel that way. So I made this sound in the beginning of the song, and then I had Demo come in with his deep voice and be like, state of emergency, pitched him down even more. Then when the beat dropped, dun, 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 and then that's the party starting. So it was like the plane flying in and the DJ starting, and so like that was a vision for me. So I'm nervous to present this to Tim because I'm like, yo, I didn't touch this man's record. I'm like adding stuff. I'm just adding stuff on here. Let me just see. So he comes in, and I can't tell if he's in a bad mood or just woke up. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he sits in the back of the room and he just almost looks like not interested. And I'm just like, ugh. So I press play, and I'm just like looking, I'm bobbing, I'm kind of looking to the back to see if I get a reaction. He bobbing, but he not really. When that song finished, he looked at me, he said, I don't got to touch it. That's it. He's like, that's the mix. I said, what? He said, I ain't got to touch anything. He said, that's dope. Play back. And then and I was like, and Demo was right there, and Demo couldn't believe it because Demo was one of his mixers too. Yeah. And so Demo was like, I ain't never seen that happen.
R&B Money.